through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. A view of I-40 in Chesapeake Energy Arena, taken from the Skydance Bridge in Oklahoma City. That's our setting tonight. Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Andrew Wiggins.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Well, one thing is certain. Anyone who looks at Draymond Green's scoring is missing his impact. Last season, Green had the most 15-plus assist games in NBA history by a non-guard. And he averaged more assists and more rebounds than he did points. And his defense, of course, remains All-NBA. Guys?
What a unique player. And defense is his calling card for sure. David, thank you. And tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Sharing the wing spots, it's Thompson and Wiggins. It's small ball with Iguodala and Green down low. And it's Curry in at the point. And for the Thunder, sliding into the wing spots, Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort. JaMychal Green is out there with Favors. And it's Giddey in at the point. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Thompson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Draymond Green pulls it in. And here is Curry. Inside. And Green slams it in.
And the floor vision from Curry right there, setting up his teammates, sharing the ball.
Here's Giddey. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Knocked away. Stolen by Thompson. Curry finds Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Play showing a little bit of speed in the open floor there as he gets up the lane in transition.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Favors in the post. Second chance shot. It's his first trip to the line.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
The first free throw is good.
And one thing Favors always brings to the table is the threat of a double-double. Night in and night out, he makes an impact with his play inside.
And so Favors nails both of them. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Kings.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it is just not going to be your night.
Yeah, you check the stat sheet and you can dominate just about every other facet of the game, but it's not going to make up for anything if you shoot the ball at such a low percentage.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone.
Well, gravity is very, very real, and Steph Curry has the most of any NBA player right now.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Green with the block.
You can see Draymond Green so fired up every time he has a chance to impact the game defensively.
Iguodala, no good.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
Brent, when you talk about the gravity of Curry, explain what you mean.
Well, Kevin, anytime that he's on the floor, when he crosses half court, all 5 defenders are paying attention to where Steph is. The more he moves, the more he shifts around, the incredible attention of all 5 defenders. And when guys make one misstep, or you have 2 defenders make one misstep to carry their way to where Steph Curry is, it opens up easier opportunities on any possession. That's what we're talking about when we speak on Steph's gravity.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Giddey the pass to Favors. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Thompson.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And it's Green missing. Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Giddey. An 11-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Lou Dort has made a name for himself on defense. Viewed as a superstar stopper, well, he's earned it with his play.
The Thunder have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First free throw is good. Greg, the way Dort has handled guys like LeBron and Harden, he does as well as anyone when it comes to defending them.
Yeah, I mean, he's small but strong and really hard to bump off his spot. Quick enough to stay with anyone on their drives and just turning into a great shutdown defender.
And so he hits both. And the Warriors with possession here. Their last encounter was in San Francisco.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Well, the second unit came in last game and just played lights-out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
Here's Green following the basket by Stephen Curry. And Favors kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Favors. Just 5 on the clock. Warriors with the rebound. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Right side Curry. Puts up a 3. Derek Favors with the rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Giddey. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. With the teardrop and the rejection by Iguodala.
Iguodala demonstrating his defensive prowess yet again. Superb reach on that block.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Midway through the season, are teams, Brent, still trying to find their identity and evolve, or is it just a matter of building on what you've already got?
I think there's still some steps in small parts of evolution of a team, Kevin, but at the time when you get into 25 or 30 games, coaches are really familiar and helping players establish a rhythm to the number of players they're going to play, the rotations they're going to play in, the nights when they need more offense and how they're going to lean on guys, the nights where they might need more defense and play certain lineups. That's still pretty much the foundation of what they're going to be the rest of the year.
Wiseman's checked in for Green. Both free throws good from Green. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Curry. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Wiggins from outside. The shot misses. So the Thunder will take it the other way.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Passes it to Giddey. Over Wiggins. The Thunder with another miss.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Curry can't get it to go.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
He takes it in, and Giddey gets it to go. Now Curry. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento. He feeds it to Wiseman. To the middle. Shoots from 12. And again, no good by Golden State. The Thunder with the lead. Outside, Dort. The dish to Green. And Favors kicks to Dort. The pass to Green. Over Curry. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Iguodala against Dort. Wiggins from outside. Drills the three-pointer.
And pretty consistent from range. Wiggins has the natural tools to do a little bit of everything.
So it's the Thunder now, trailing by 2. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Thompson. They kick it out to Green. Offline with his 3.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Thompson outside, jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Favors got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. First one falls for him. So both teams changing it up here. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Golden State's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Pass to Wiseman. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Outside Curry. From outside the arc. Good on the triple. Curry's got 5 points so far.
Got to do your best to make Steph put the ball on the floor. I know he can still do that, but catch and shoot is just deadly.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. 4-point game. Here's man, guarded by Curry. It's rebounded by Curry.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it attacks an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Here's Mann. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Now, here's Meladon. Pass to Mann. He dishes it to Favors. 5 to shoot. Here's Meladon. And Wiseman sends it back.
And on a per-minute basis, Wiseman already gets a lot of blocks, and his defensive awareness will only improve with time.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the Thunder making a switch here. Jerome is checked in. Kuminga's come in for the Warriors. Poole comes in for Stephen Curry.
What's up? And you got to respect how quickly Wiseman has adapted to big league play. He hit the ground running and has not looked back. Always growing as a player.
Here's Mann. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Meladon. No good again that time.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
DiVincenzo with it. His last outing with 20 points. Shot clock at 6. Poole the pass to DiVincenzo. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the open man and getting some easy baskets.
It also feels like they just got into a great rhythm from the three-point line right away in the game.
And the first one at the line is good. And the lefty forward, Darius Bazley-Brent, can hurt you inside and outside.
Well, he's more comfortable on the attack where he's able to put the ball down on the floor and extend and use his athletic ability. But he is gaining some confidence in that shot. And in the offseason, if you work hard enough, you can come back the next year and really show that you're more of a weapon on the outside than you were the year before.
Now, here's Poole. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Wiseman kicks to Poole. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
The finish, and then Meladon with the dunk.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Bazley. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And here is DiVincenzo. Passes to Poole. It's intercepted. Meladon passes to Jerome. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
The Thunder have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And he knocks down the first one. Both shots good from the stripe. Warriors leading by 3. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And the pass to Pokusevski. Out left to the wing. 6 to shoot. Jerome passes to Pokusevski. Man. And he hits it to tie the game up.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Golden State's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Poole kicks to Wiseman. Back to Poole. Pass to Kuminga. Now here's DiVincenzo. Right wing. And the Warriors can't hang on to the ball. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Pass to Baisley. Here's Mann. Lets it go with a 3. And the Thunder, another 3.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
.124 left to play in the first quarter. Now, here's Poole. Defense right on him. And there's the bucket from Kuminga.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by Oklahoma City.
1:10 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Mann. 6 points for him. Shoots over Kuminga. Mann can't hit.
He's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Here's Poole. Pokusevski grabs the miss. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Jerome. Baisley, good.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now, here's Poole. He's still scoreless so far in this one. To the paint. There's 21 seconds left here in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. And another 3 for Golden State. Here's Jerome. They get a hand on it. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here now the Thunder. Now Poole. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Well, he's won at the highest levels, and Steph Curry understands what's required to get back to that lofty position.
Stay in the moment and just focus on here and now. We have to follow that kind of game plan. Stay in the moment, do what we do every single night, and go get it.
Well, you hear it a lot, keeping your focus.
And as much defensive attention as Curry commands on a nightly basis, he can't afford a lapse of focus.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. what stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Thunder 5 right now. They've got Meladon, and it's Jerome in at the shooting guard position. Passes it to Meladon. Here's Baisley, and he dunks it down.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now, here's DiVincenzo. Poole finds Green. Tries from the block, and it's Golden State with another.
That's a tough one there from Draymond Green. As tough as they come.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. The pass to Baisley. Here's Pokusevski. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. JaMychal Green comes in for Pokusevski. And it's Dort in for Meladon. And the Warriors also making a change. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Looney. And he drives in and foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Warriors have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. Shoot 2.
The first one falls, and we're seeing players, Brett, rise from deeper than ever before. You were a pretty good shooter. What was your maximum range?
Wow, Kevin, that's a great question. I wasn't allowed to shoot where it is that I could shoot from, so we won't get into that. But, yeah, guys are coming into the league more equipped, and it's because they're seeing that happen with players like Steph Curry, players like Trae Young, who are making that shot more and more effective, Damian Lillard, and now they're practicing those shots and they're more efficient with them. So there's a reason why guys like the deep ball, and it's getting deeper.
That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Green.
And I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander knows that this is an assist play in the making. Finds the open man.
Thompson outside. Drills it from outside. Thompson's got his third bucket of the night.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Coming into last season, the Thunder had posted a winning record every year for more than a decade. But when they decided to rebuild, they went all in and promoted their G League coach, Mark Daigneault, to head coach. He said adversity tests the connection of the team, tests everything, and shows you who you are. Guys?
Good way to start. Thanks, D.A. There's the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Curry's got 8 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's coming off a 34-point game against Sacramento.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off it. Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Derek Favors checked in for the Thunder. It's Dort on the wing, covered by Wiggins. Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Pass to Wiggins. Down low, here's Iguodala. No good, shot missing. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And how about getting the band back together? I mean, Iguodala in a Warriors uniform, considered retirement, and couldn't resist one more run with the team he's won 3 titles with.
And it's Wiggins missing. Thunder trailing by 6. Outside, Dort drives to the hoop, and the rejection by Iguodala. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Curry. Thompson outside. Launches a 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound in this one. Dort misses. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Warriors leading by 6. Thompson outside. Green against Iguodala. Outside Curry. 5 to shoot. Wiggins falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And he has a knack to score on the move. Wiggins stays in control even when he's at full speed.
Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Giddey the pass to Favors. Inside, here's Green, and the rejection by Iguodala.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Here's Giddey. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. After the three-pointer from Klay Thompson, can't cash in from close range.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
Curry dishes to Wiggins. Back to Curry. He kicks it to Thompson. Launches it. That's tipped. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Well, he's capable of making you pay there, Gilgeous-Alexander, in a nice rhythm.
Curry looking it over. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Verticality gives Wiggins the upper hand, almost unstoppable once he's midair.
Thunder trailing by 11. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now Green defending. Dort against Wiggins. From 13, Dort misses. Golden State's gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. Wiggins drives in. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Softly drops in the floater.
Gilgeous-Alexander comes at you in a lot of ways. There's floaters and pull-ups and drives. Pretty gifted offensive player.
And stolen by Favors. Outside, Dort. And Iguodala comes to help. Ball's knocked loose. And the wide open shot from Green. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
Now, here's Thompson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Sacramento. Wiggins finds Iguodala. The 10-footer. Kicks it out to Wiggins. 4 on the clock. Trying to get open is Iguodala. And it's Wiggins missing. Thunder trailing by 8. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Favors. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. He was all alone on that one. Curry's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Warriors.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Well, something, Greg, we can't take for granted. It's nice just to see Klay Thompson out on the floor.
No doubt, Kevin. And, you know, the NBA is just a better league with a healthy Klay Thompson. Makes this team more fun to watch. Good for humor and one incredible performance a year.
Okashevsky's checked in for Oklahoma City. Maledon comes in for Dort. James Wiseman, he's checked in for Golden State. Ante DiVincenzo comes in for Thompson.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Now here's Maledon, guarded by Curry. And here is Maledon from deep. Green. Curry with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
They double-team Curry. And Green with the basket on the assist by Curry. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander looking to end the run. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Wiseman's got his 5th rebound in this one. Curry passes to DiVincenzo. Here's Wiseman. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Passes to Pokusevski. No good. And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And there's the call on Curry. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Now, here's Melodon, guarded by Curry. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his fourth foul of the contest. Warriors on D. The lead is 15. The shot's good from Beasley.
A terrific movement off of the dead ball situation and a great play to get the bucket.
DiVincenzo kicks to Wiggins. Right side, Green. Green draws the double. Now the pass to Wiggins. And here is DiVincenzo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got his third assist on the night. 1:44 left in the first half of the game. Here's Pokusevski, and he overshot that one, missing. Warriors leading by 16, and up the court come the Warriors on the break. And it's Beasley with the rebound. Oklahoma City has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Jerome passes to Mann. Oklahoma City moving it around. Pass to Jerome. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beasley. Off target from three-point range.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Thunder trailing by 18. Now here's Melodon. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Stephen Curry. That was a rookie. Teo Maledon got his chances, Brent. There's a lot to like about him.
Well, the conditions around the team that drafted him certainly allowed him to get some minutes. It's a team exploring a lot of young talent, and so the opportunity was there for him to get out on the floor, earn some minutes. And the best part about that, Kevin, is the understanding of, look, after this season's over, I know what worked, and I certainly know what didn't. So let me work on my weaknesses and come back better next year.
And the first one drops. And some changes here for the Warriors. Kevon Looney is checked in for Draymond Green. Kuminga comes in for Wiggins. And Poole subbed in for Curry. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Warriors leading by 16. DiVincenzo with it. He's got 7. Wiseman with the bucket. Wiseman's got his second bucket tonight.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Pass to Melodon. Shoots over Poole. The Thunder with another miss. Melodon's gone 1 for 5 from the field, 20%. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here's Jerome, defended by DiVincenzo. Here's Jerome, and he's on the money with his first shot today. And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Steve. A good rhythm for you in the first half. What do you like most about how your team's competing?
Just like the ball movement, the drive and kick. Our guys have played really well together. Just trying to move the ball, get a great shot.
We'll see if you can keep the ball flying around as we continue. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. There. And I'm Kevin Harlan. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score tied. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
They were in such a groove that entire first half, especially on the offensive end. Good play calling, good execution, and by and large, they take great shots.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, with the way they struggled to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drills. They cannot be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Curry has been sensational.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. At the guard spots, it's Curry and Thompson. Looney out there with Iguodala. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. And the shot goes in. Wiggins has got the first basket of the second half here for the Warriors. Thunder trailing by 20. To the inside. Dort nails the baby hook.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Now Curry. And Thompson throws it down.
Well, tonight it's confident play from Klay Thompson. Exceptional at staying assertive and looking for his opportunities to score.
Oklahoma City shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Dort passes to Giddey. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. He can't get that one. Good D by Thompson. Warriors leading by 20. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. Klay Thompson has lost 2 prime years to a torn ACL and then a ruptured Achilles. He says so many athletes have been through this. It's just a new set of challenges. With my style of play, I feel I can be effective till my late 30s. I plan on being the all-NBA player I was and won't settle for anything less. Guys, that will be a great comfort to his team.
Indeed, and who's going to doubt him? I love his attitude. Undaunted. David, thank you. Now, here's Curry. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Takes it from 10, and Dort gets it to go. Dort's got 4 this quarter. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Wiggins outside. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Passes it to Looney. Curry dishes to Wiggins. Clock at 4. Shoots over Dort. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And how about the firing of that shot off with Gilgeous-Alexander not hesitating one bit.
Curry gets the bucket.
And he decides to go old school with the finger roll.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Giddey the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, we've talked so much about Gilgeous-Alexander's athleticism. This is the reason why, on display.
Here's Curry. 13 points in the game. Top of the key, Looney. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Warriors lead by 18.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
And the Thunder with the possession here. The Warriors making the shot. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Warriors with the rebound. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Curry kicks to Iguodala. No good on the three.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Favors, and that one drops. Favors has got 5 now.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Stripped away. And here is Dort. 6 points for him. And Iguodala comes to help. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Green. And the baseline jumper, no good. Warriors leading by 16. Here's Iguodala. Great tee that time from Green. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 8. Dishes to Green. And there's the pass to Giddey. And Derek Favors with the slam.
Slamming it home. Part of why Favors shoots it so well from the field, sometimes he just spikes it instead of shooting it.
Now here's Curry. 13 points in the game. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And something we've seen the last few years, boxing ones thrown at Curry, although they've had mixed success.
And amazing to even consider using a box and one in the NBA, isn't it, Greg? But Curry does that with his offense to the teams that defend him.
Kevin, I agree, and it did work well in the 2019 finals. Curry has started to adjust to that look. Much harder to use when Curry has other options on offense.
The first one falls.
Just a big defensive mistake there. I mean, it's like 3 points. You want to harass Steph, but when he goes to the free throw line, we know it's pretty much automatic. Always one of the league's best free throw shooters.
And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. Stephen Curry hits them both. And now that we've gotten a taste of it, Greg, what do you think of the play-in tournament?
I love it. I mean, it definitely has some pros and cons, and you want to keep as many teams as possible engaged down the stretch, but it's a long season, and for some teams, it just got a little bit long.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
On defense, the Warriors. And there's the call on Curry. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And, guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot from the low post is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points.
And Gilgeous-Alexander showing just how difficult he can be to guard at times.
Thompson passes to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Here's Giddey. Here's Favors, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with deceptive speed and a lengthy wingspan, defenders can sometimes just get stuck fouling Favors.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They have not wasted any time here tonight. They've pushed it whenever they've had the opportunity and have gotten a lot of fast break points out of it.
That free throw, no good. Baisley's checked in for the Thunder. Then for the Warriors, Wiseman comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Curry. Good on the second free throw. Warriors leading by 16. DiVincenzo with it. 9 points in the game so far. And Thompson gets it to go.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. Great D that time from Green. The Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. DiVincenzo passes to Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, Draymond Green holding everybody accountable. We've seen this before.
And so often, Draymond Green is called the heart of this team.
Well, he's been such a great leader since his time at Michigan State. He's out there barking directions to his offensive players. He's out there barking defensive assignments. He's barking at his coach. The list goes on, but that energy is infectious and helps lead his team to greater heights.
He's off on the first.
And Draymond Green is a great role player on the offensive end on the floor and makes guys around him better because he's willing to make plays and passes. And then he's got that commitment, that tenacity on the defensive end as well.
Kuminga's come in for the Warriors. And he's good on the second. Thunder trailing by 20. Man passes to Favors. Over to the wing. Paladon from outside off the mark. Golden State's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Pass to Thompson. That one misses. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Pokusevski's come in for Derek Favors. And it's Ty Jerome in for Dort. The Warriors also with a sub. Poole's checked in. Here's Man. He's got 6. Passes it to Pokusevski. Now here's Melodon. Guarded by Poole.
Come on, shoot.
Shoots off the step back. That misses off the backboard. Warriors leading by 20. Now DiVincenzo. 9 points in the game so far. Wiseman kicks to Kuminga. A three-pointer is right on target. Kuminga's got 5 now.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
The Thunder have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Here's Pokusevski. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. And here is Maladon. Just 5 on the clock. And Wiseman sends it back. There's the pass to DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Beasley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Mann. To stop the drought, Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Poole, and the layup is good. 10 points for him.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Here's Maladon. The Warriors making the shot. Pass to Pokusevski. Here's Jerome. Driving in to the left side wing. Here's Mann, and it's blocked. Now, here's Green. He has 7. Here's Poole. Here's DiVincenzo. Off with the layup. Oklahoma City shooting 37% so far in the 3rd quarter, and they're not satisfied with this lack of offensive execution. Here's Maladon. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Dort, he's checked in for Ty Jerome. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Poole. He's got 10. Pass to Kuminga. Outside, Green. And there's the pass to Poole. Shot clock at 5. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Poole. The Thunder shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Maladon passes to Dort. Out of hand on it. Poole with it. He's got 12. And the foul on Pokusevski. That is his first foul of the game. Now DiVincenzo. He's got 9. Pass to Poole. Kicks it to Green. Kuminga with it. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the 3rd. Here's Mann. 6 points for him. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. 1:35 left in the third quarter. And here is DiVincenzo. 9 points in the game so far. To the middle. Stolen. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Ball going up court. And Wiseman sends it back. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Here's Mann. 8 points for him. Off the inbound, no good. Now, here's Poole. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
One shot.
That's good from Poole. 1:06 left here in the third quarter. Mann passes to Baisley. Here's Maledon. 6 points for him. It's Dort on the wing. The Thunder with another miss. Golden State's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And here's Poole for 3. Offensive rebound.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. The Warriors making a switch here. Looney's checked in. Good on both. Smooth sailing for Golden State. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now here's Wiseman. T right on him.
And the sheer size of Wiseman is hard to deal with inside, forcing the defense to compromise with the foul.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Wiseman. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Mann. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Looney's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Kuminga throws it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Williams, and it's Mann in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Down low, Robinson Earl uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Poole the pass to Kuminga. Here he goes. Kulusevski grabs the miss. And for the Thunder, they're shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. And good that time.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Kuminga with it to the wing right side. Here's Moody. Cranes the three-pointer. Moody's got his first 3 points of the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Here's Mann. The kick out to Williams. 4 on the shot clock. From 20 feet out, Mann can't hit.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Poole the pass to Moody. For the 3. Poole no good.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Robinson Earl lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Moody the pass to Kuminga. Thunder with the rebound.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Here's Poole. Pass to Looney. Back to Poole. Top of the key, Looney. Passes it to Moody. Tries a 3. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Greg, player movement is always a constant in the NBA, but with more players on the move every year, the power balance can shift in the blink of an eye.
And we've seen it with the Lakers, right? Just a few years ago. The Nets and a few others. Not everyone, though, loves it, but it sure keeps things interesting.
Near the three-point line, it's Poole, and again, it's the Warriors missing. Thunder have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. To the paint, here's Williams.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Williams. Mannion, he's checked in for Kuminga. He's perfect from the line this time. Timeout called the Warriors. Here's Mannion. Inside. Lays it up off the glass.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Oklahoma City shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And in the pass to Poole. Here's Looney. He's covered by Muscala. Looney kicks to Poole. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot's good by Horde.
Elite passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. The dynamic, Greg, between players and officials is always interesting, with some players saying they think there's a lot of room for improvement. What do you think?
Well, we do see players getting teed up for simply making their case, and really the guys just want to play. So, yeah, you love to see a little bit more harmony out on the floor, and maybe we need to get those two groups together in the offseason to break bread and try to smooth over that relationship.
And here is Mannion. No good with the layup. Here's Jerome. Lets the 3 fly. The Thunder with another miss. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Chalk up 2 there.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Now Poole, the pass to Mannion, and the call will be against Nico Mannion. That is his first foul of the game.
He was very reliable, keeping the ball in his hands during the first half. He's had a bad case of the butterfingers here in the second.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Shooting 1.
And the NBA dress code introduced back in 2005. Now, player attire straying a bit from business casual. Does that bother you, Greg?
You know, it doesn't bother me because that's where we are as a society. But, man, I can tell you, when I first came in the league, you get fined if you didn't wear dress socks with your suit. So we have come a long way in terms of the evolution of fashion. And you know what? I'm not one for stopping progress.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Iguodala. Thompson outside. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Dort with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Green. He kicks it to Curry. Pass to Wiggins. Beyond the arc. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander needs to keep taking these shots in order for his game to expand.
Now here's Curry. They double-team Curry. Here's Iguodala. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. And here now the Thunder. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Giddey. Guarded by Curry. Shot clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Thompson from long range. Favors with the rebound. Favors got his 16th rebound on the night. Iguodala against Dort, and the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Giddey, guarded by Curry. Passes it to Dort. 6 on the shot clock. A baseline J.
I just keep watching Draymond Green and keep being impressed by what he does defensively out there.
Thompson misses. Thunder trailing by 19. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And he gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 13 points in the second half.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Green, the pass to Curry. Iguodala against Green. Iguodala, no good.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Curry kicks to Green. Thompson outside. In the corner, Iguodala with it. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Oklahoma City has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Giddey. Now the pass to Dort. Green with the ball. Guarded by Curry. Green kicks to Favors. 5 to shoot. And then Favors with the dunk. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 17 rebounds.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
A shot by Thompson. No one's around. Gets a very good look and converts.
Well, looking to shoot immediately off the pass, and I don't think he even felt the leather that time.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. There's the drive to the inside. Favors, and no good that time. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Curry with it. Dort covering. Dort against Curry. Wiggins outside. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Green's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. To the left wing, Favors passes to Giddey. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Favors, and Derek Favors with the slam.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Right side Curry. Green left side. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Warriors.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them. And maybe it goes without saying, but they had no answer
for Stephen Curry.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way, too.
They double-team Curry. Clock at 6. Thompson from long range hits the three-point bomb. And the Warriors lead by 12.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
The 11-footer. They get it back. Green with the block. And Thompson kicks to Curry. The dish now to Iguodala. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, thanks very much, Clay. You had it going tonight. Now, when you are that hot, what are you trying to do on the court?
Took a couple bad shots, a couple heat checks, but they went in tonight, fortunately. When you got the hot hand, you're just looking for that little ounce of space. Because all you need is an inch or two, and that thing's just flicking off your wrist so easy, and it just happened to be one of those nights.
And that leads to one of those wins for your team, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.